Hello students, welcome to BioWhisper with Manus. Today we are going to deal with vertebrata, and this lecture series is in continuation with the topic Animal Kingdom. So as we all know, vertebrata has two divisions: the jawless animals, these are known as agnatha, and the animals which have jaw, they are known as gnathostoma. So the agnatha, here the class here is Cyclostomata, and the examples of agnatha SPM, Petromyzin, that is lamprey, mycin, hagfish. Petromyzin, lamprey, mycin, hagfish. And then we have the Gnathostoma having jaw, which is a superclass. And the gnators under Gnathostoma, there are two classes, Pisces and tetrapods. Pisces bears fins and tetrapods bears limbs. Under Pisces, we have studied about Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. Today we will study about the tetrapods, that means animals bearing limbs, amphibia, reptilia, apes, which are also known as birds and mammals, amphibians, reptilia, apes or birds and mammals. So now the word amphibians, it arises from, or it has its origin from two words, amphi and bios. Amphi means dual, bios means life. So what are the characteristics here? These are poikilotherms, that means cold-blooded animals. Such kind of animals which are unable to maintain their constant internal temperature. Most of the amphibians have two pair of limbs. The tail may be present in some, while it may be absent in some. Body of amphibians is basically divisible into head and trunk. The amphibian skin is moist without scales. The moist skin helps in cutaneous respiration, that is respiration through skin. As a matter of fact, respiration in amphibians takes place through lungs, known as the pulmonary respiration. It also takes through skin, which is known as cutaneous respiration, and gills also take part in respiration. Amphibians have eyes as well as ear. Eyes have eyelids, and ear, we have, instead of the ear, we have the tympanum, which represents the ear. What are the special characteristics of amphibians? The special characteristics of amphibians is cloaca. Cloaca is a common chamber which opens to the exterior. But in that cloaca, we have alimentary canal, urinary tract and digestive tract. An alimentary canal, urinary tract and digestive tract, all of these open to cloaca, a common chamber, and the cloaca opens to the exterior. As the sexes are concerned, these are separate, that means dioecious. Reproduction is sexual, and fertilization is still external. These are oviparous, and the development is still indirect. Examples of amphibians, we have the Rana tigrina frog, buffo toad, hyla tree frog. Rana tigrina frog, buffo toad, hyla tree frog. Then we have the salamandra, that is the salamander, and the ichthyophis, which is limbless amphibians. Ichthyosis, limbless amphibians, salamander, salamandra, salamander, buffo, toad, Rana tigrina, that's frog, and hyla, that's tree frog. Here we have the figure of Rana tigrina frog. Now let us study the second class, reptilia. They move in a creeping or crawling manner. That's why reptilians are known as creeping or crawling creatures. These are mostly territorials. Amphibians are of dual locomotion. They move on land as well as in water. But here the reptiles are mostly terrestrial. The body of reptiles is covered by epidermal scutes or scales. Epidermal scute or scales. And the skin is dry and conified. They have dry and conified skin. The amphibians had moist skin without scales. But here the body of reptiles is covered by epidermal scutes or scales, and the skin is dry and conified. Like the amphibians, these reptiles also have tympanum, which represents the ear. The limbs, like amphibians, have two pairs if present two pairs. The heart is usually three-chambered like the amphibians, but there are some exceptions also. Three-chambered means two auricles, one ventricle. Two auricles and one ventricle. Here the exception is crocodile and alligator. Both crocodile and alligator, these are four-chambered heart. The respiration takes only through lungs. In amphibians, the respiration took place with lungs, skin, and also with gills. But in reptiles, the respiration takes place only through lungs. These are poicolotherms or full-blooded like the amphibians. The sexes, these are separate, these are dioecious. Reproduction, sexual. But here's the difference. In amphibians, fertilization was external, but here the fertilization is internal and the development is direct. In amphibians, the development was indirect, but here in reptiles, the development is direct and the fertilization is internal. In amphibians, it was external. These are mostly oviparous like amphibians, egg-laying organisms. One of the characteristics of reptilians are that they have a special feature called skin cast. The snakes and lizards, they shed their epidermal scutes and skin. The snakes and lizards shed their epidermal scutes on skin. The examples of reptilians: Kelon, turtle, testudo, tortoise. Kelon, turtle, testudo, tortoise. Then we have the tree lizard, chameleon, wall lizard, hemidactyls, and garden lizard, calotes. Chameleon, tree lizard, hemidactyls, wall lizard, and calotes, that's garden lizard for you. Crocodilus, crocodile, alligator, poisonous snake, naja, that is cobra, Banjarus, karat, and vipera, that is viper. So, what are the examples? Kelon, turtle, testudo, tortoise, tree lizard, chameleon, wall lizard, hemidactyls, garden lizard, calotes. Then we have crocodilus, crocodile, alligator, poisonous snake, naja, cobra, Banjarus, karet, and vipera, viper. Here we have the figure of crocodilus or crocodile. With this, we end this particular lecture. We will continue with this particular lecture series in the next lecture. Thank you. Good night.